Well, guys, I'm back on Manasota Key here. As you can see, still a lot of cleanup to be done. I'm going to do a real estate update, but this, I guess, is also going to be sort of a progress report down here, as a lot of stuff is still in a bad way down here. We have stuff across the street that's doing much better, elevated, obviously, but then right next door, we've got hollowed out houses, places where houses used to be. This was probably excavated. As I go up and down this street, you're probably going to see a lot of for sale signs around here. And just crazy, man. Mailboxes where homes used to be. And it's nuts to see all this is still months away from really being back to normal. But it does it ever really get back to normal is the question. A lot of people driving up and down here, kind of just seeing, where things are and stuff like that. So we've got two houses for sale here, right? I'm walking by. This one as well. And these two are also for sale. And then across the street, those are for sale. So you're going to see a lot of these homes on the market for obvious reasons. And like I said, I'm going to try to make this about real estate, but it's a little distracting. I mean, just foundations where the homes used to be. On my way up here, when I did my original walkthrough through this area, a couple months ago, wasn't too long after Milton, there was a house pushed in the road still, and they just pushed the house back onto the property. It's like cracked in half. I'm going to see if I can get a video of that for you guys. So guys, these are what I would now consider the famous houses that were pushed out into the street. I will go take a look at these for you. But as you can see, even down the side streets, we've got real estate signs. Looks like three homes for sale just down this road here on Friendship Lane. But you can tell that I don't remember which one of these homes was pushed into the road. And someone correct me if I'm wrong if this wasn't them. But man, they sure look like it. This looks like Dorothy's house after the goes through the tornado. So it's kind of crazy. And if memory serves me, I believe it was this home. Yes, because I tried to stick my camera in a window and just see exactly what was going on in there. And it's crazy to think that this has been moved out to the street, back. I actually think they did have legs, Dorothy's, the Wicked Witch's legs under here when it was in the street. But yeah, I mean, even the sand is still unbelievable. And it's a mixed bag. Like across the street, they did a great job. They're back up and running. I understand some people have different circumstances, that different things take time and certain amounts of financing, but they're getting there. But as you can see, a lot of work still needs to be done here in the Key, and a lot has been done. But man, some of the sand, it's still unbelievable how it looks down here. So lots of listings. As you guys know, lots of listings everywhere right now in Southwest Florida. As I've mentioned, buyer demand picking up, but still so many listings. I think here in Charlotte County now we have about 3,500 single-family homes on the market as I'm recording this, and 600 are pending. So we technically have over 4,000. You guys can see this giant sand mounds here still. USPS, God bless you guys, still delivering. Man. So we've had a total of single-family homes, guys. This isn't condos. I don't count townhomes and condos in that number. Just houses is over 4,000 when you count the pending sales. And, with 500, 600 pending right now, that's a strong number of sales to be pending for us in Charlotte County. Again, it's just offset by the listings. There's so many listings. And I did have trouble getting a lockbox for one of my listings this week. As I mentioned, you have to get on a wait list down at the association. I was lucky I worked through that and was able to obtain one. But I was getting nervous there for a while because I like the electronic lockboxes, guys. It pings me when people go in and out. There's nothing wrong with the combo boxes. If I can get one, I'd prefer to do electronic. So yeah, the listing situation, crazy here. I would caution people to choose your listing agents wisely. I've had a lot of instances lately where agents didn't tell sellers that we were even coming to show the property, which is always embarrassing for everybody involved. They don't follow up. They make it difficult to show the property. So, choose wisely, and because it can be make or break. I've had a few some of the higher end listings, the agents have to accompany you. The seller wants their agent in the house when you tour, and it's sometimes a real pain to get them to agree to come and show the house. Now I've done it on my end too, but just some things. I mean, the overall climate here, very weird, because on one hand, strong pending sales. On the other hand, 4,000 homes for sale. On the other hand, I have investment companies sending me emails. Hey, we've got 3 off-market properties. We're willing to do seller financing. It's like, wow, a couple of years ago, investment companies would be like, hey, it's on the market. Bring all your offers now if you've got time. And now they're reaching out to me, telling me they'll hold the mortgage potentially and things like that, offering creative financing that I haven't seen even spoken about in years. So kind of tells you the whole overall climate. And it depends every area. Like I told you guys, Sarasota is different from Charlotte. That's different from Lee, and every pocket in between that as well. So you gotta really break down. But Charlotte on the whole, just a lot slower than other areas. It's nuts. It's just nuts. I know everybody's like, stop saying it's nuts, man. So I will say the investment flips that I'm still seeing, I don't know when these things were bought, and I'm not quite sure what market they think we are in, but they are some of the most overpriced homes with some of the worst work that I've seen done. The days, I've talked about this before, and in a lot of my other videos, why I mentioned that investors are fleeing the area. The days of buying a house from a distressed seller that hasn't been maintained for 20 years, coming in and slapping LPV on the ground and a granite countertop in the kitchen and making $60K are over. It's over. It's just not happening, especially when, new construction can really blow away most of the flips. That was the point of the flip, is like, you get it really cheap. You'd sell it for a reasonable price that was under, some other homes, and certainly nowhere close to the price of new construction, but now they're kind of equitable. And unfortunately, I don't think some of these investors have got that memo yet. Just terrible, terrible work. And usually they'd fly off the shelves, but they are not selling now because buyers are making the distinction. Why would I buy this? I can buy a brand new house. Or even, I could get a house less than this and do the work myself much better. Now, this is all also happening while nationwide, according to wealthview.com, I'll link that article there, the median sales price in Q4 of a home was $415,000. And they went on to look at what's the new mortgage payment at that? How different are we looking here? Whip, flop, retreat. These guys recovered pretty quick. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. But according to them, the median mortgage payment on existing outstanding mortgages is about $1,600 a month. But if you were to buy the same house equivalently now, it would be closer to $2,300 a month. Now, I don't know if they're basing that off an average price or a median price, or if that includes, taxes and insurance. I think it has to at that price if you're around the $400,000 mark. But it's not hard to see why people who traditionally would have bought with financing are finding it incredibly hard to do that. And that's, again, what I've mentioned around Charlotte County has happened. Affordability has gone out the window. If you wanted to, say, flip one of these 1960s homes in the center of Port Charlotte that you bought for $150 and you threw it up for $300, well, some borrowers might be able to do that with 3% interest rates, but not 7%. That's basically what I'm seeing here, guys. For good credit, is over 7 right now. It's you go FHA or VA, it's not much better, and that's generally what they use. They use the lower down payments. Oh my god, man, the chaos down here still. And that's the kicker is, okay, even if one of these is a great deal, how long do you got to live next to this? What's going to happen to the neighbor's house? Like, even if you buy one of these, you're like, it's a slamming deal. what's going on? Yeah, it kind of seems like everything down here is up in the air right now. It's kind of a unknown, especially if you're purchasing. But you did see how many signs we walked by there. So as I walk out, you guys can see this property had a seawall too, and now it's gone. The whole property's gone. But the beach is starting to get back to normal here. You can see there's people out enjoying it as there's cranes in the background fixing stuff. But all of this just wiped out. And then they'll get you the other end too. So it's coming back slowly. It's been quite some time since I've stepped foot into the Gulf. Used to be down here once or twice a week, but a little busy for that these days. Plus, Inglewood Beach is still closed, unfortunately, which is really sad. And yeah, it's just nuts. Look, that's the side of that house over there, which I'm sure you guys probably saw. But it's wild. Real challenge down here. And, with everything Charlotte County's facing housing-wise, now we've got news that Sunseeker Resort that I kind of felt like was a long shot to begin with is now, they're looking to be bought out. So stays have not been good. Restaurants have closed down. Things are not looking good over there. And now we have a giant resort on the harbor that doesn't seem to be able to sustain itself. Never personally thought it was the best idea. They originally started out saying it was going to be condos. And, guys, I remember when Sunseeker was announced, they brought all of the realtors to a special meeting telling us all of the good things they were going to be doing. And they made sure to mention, by the way, we're going to sell $750,000 condos, which in 2016 was laughable to all of us, especially on the harbor. And we're not working with realtors. Don't bring anybody here. We were like, oh, well, thanks for this meeting. And all the realtors are clapping. I'm like, they just told us they're cutting us out of this. Why is everybody clapping? I'll never forget that. Everybody's clapping like seals. It's like, I got to get out of here. And they're like, well, don't worry. You can't sell them these condos, but you could sell them something else in town because they're going to get all their customers off of their airline business. They're just going to advertise to their airline customers, and they're going to buy all those condos. And it didn't take long for that idea to switch, which came to the resort where we're at now, which is now also becoming an issue. So I don't know what's going to happen with it. People think it's going to be a casino. I don't know. All I know is it's a mess. It's a mess for sure.
So you can see from what I'm walking by and what I'm driving by here, pretty much all of Inglewood Beach still closed and fenced off.
All right, so as you guys can see, a lot of work still going on down here on Inglewood Beach. Still closed, a lot of heavy machinery. But last time I was here, there was a sand dune about 5 stories high back there. This is the Waverly. Obviously, no place to park down here at all right now. So I had really old Honda on the sidewalk there, but it seems like kind of looks like that's what everybody's doing right now, just to come out here and get to these local businesses, which I'm sure they're appreciative of. Well, that's all I got from Inglewood today, guys. If you like this video, give me a like, share. Please consider subscribing. It helps the channel out immensely, and I'll see you next time.